What's going on, Exo community? This is Exostomp here, and today we're actually going to be going over our team builder for the Northeast Noiverns. And with me today is going to be, of course, my team coach, Galaxy.
Coach. Coach.
Yeah, we're both coaches.
I guess that works. Yeah, sure.
Yeah,
Go with that.
yeah, nice. All right. Anyway, so, um, yeah, for our first Pokemon that we have on this list, we're not going to waste any time here. It's going to be the Mega Sableye.
So, Mega Sableye is a very good check against their team because they have a lot of powerful, both special and physical mons, of course. But given that their Mega is Mega Swampert, Mega Sableye is a very nice check defensively against something like that. Of course, because its only weakness is Fairy, and due to their reliance, I suppose you could say, on the weather, you don't really have to worry too much about anything to cripple it in terms of like hazards in that regard. But I think Mega Sableye will be very strong on a lot of their switch-ins and will kind of force them to switch out to something that can answer it, which could mess up their combos like with Rain or Hail and pretty much anything that they have to throw at us.
Yeah, I definitely agree, especially because their only answer to Sableye is, well, Beartic with like Play Rough, and if it's not Swords Danced up, like if it doesn't have enough damage, it's not gonna be doing much. So it's gonna be tough for them to actually kill a Sableye, especially with our spread being max defense, max HP, and then us having Calm Mind. I don't think there's gonna be a way to really kill our Sableye, which is it's gonna be good. I hope that this thing can sweep, but we shall see with that.
Yeah, especially under Aurora Veil from Ninetales.
Yeah. And for our next mon, we have Corviknight. So, Corviknight, this mon is supposed to be here to really tank a lot of hits from their for their offensive pressure, such as Mega Swampert. It's here to tank anything from that. It's here to tank Beartic, here to tank Hippowdon, Excadrill. Honestly, all of their offensive threats. Corviknight sort of just walls, which is great. We have U-turn on it. We have Roost, which is pretty good. Of course, it gives us reliable recovery. It has Body Press, which gives us something to hit the Excadrill with. And then we have Iron Defense, which makes our Body Press even stronger. With our spread of max HP, max defense, it makes this thing a really good defensive wall. And of course, we have the Rocky Helmet to help out with that residual damage. Anything else to say about it?
I feel like their biggest checks, of course, are their specially offensive mons like Zapdos. But if they don't bring a lot, and that Zapdos, for instance, goes down pretty early, Corviknight can kind of just set up and kill everything that comes our way. So it's going to be very, very potent.
Yeah, definitely agree to that. And our next mon is going to be the Starmie. So this is This is what we put our Z crystal on for this battle. We gave it Waterium Z mainly because it does kill the Swampert. With Scald, of course, when we use Waterium Z, it will kill it, which is great. And to outspeed it, we have Rapid Spin, which basically means when we use Rapid Spin, we get that +1 speed, which it will give us. What is that? Trying to do math here. 350 plus 350. What is that? Like 700? I don't know.
It's faster than Swampert.
Yeah, it's gonna be faster than Swampert here. Our speed creep is gonna be great. The ability is analytic, which means that if he switches out or something is slower, which usually won't happen, but if something is slower, we will be doing tons of damage. We do have recover for reliable recovery. And Power Gem, which does cover a lot of Pokemon like the Pelipper, Ninetales, Zapdos, Vanilluxe, Beartic. I mean, it covers a lot of Pokemon, which is great. Yeah, how do you feel about this Pokemon?
Yeah, I think we can get a pretty sneaky KO if they see Starmie come in and they're going to switch out. If we predict that and hit them with an analytic boosted coverage move, they might just lose them on without even realizing what just happened. So it can be very powerful.
Yeah, definitely. And for our next Pokemon, it's going to be Alolan Ninetales.
Okay. I love Alolan Ninetales in this matchup. We bring our own weather because they seem to be so reliant on it. So something like Pelipper comes in, and we know that they're going to switch into Mega Swampert to start sweeping. If we bring in Ninetales, Mega Swampert can't really do anything offensively to it, and it becomes much slower, so it has to switch out, especially against a freeze dry, or else it just dies. So we're able to really determine and kind of put a focus on the speed and the pacing of the match just through Ninetales alone. So it's going to be extremely powerful. Not to mention its other coverage in what do we put on it actually?
We have Aurora Veil, Hail, Freeze Dry, and Encore.
Yeah. So our only offensive move in this regard is Freeze Dry, but it hits pretty much anything that they can throw at us, either neutrally or super effectively. Aurora Veil, of course, if they don't bring out their own Weathermon against our Ninetales, we can just freely set up Aurora Veil, and that puts a big hindrance on their team because they rely so heavily on setup from their weather to switch into something else offensively. So Aurora Veil just kind of ruins that strategy. And can also use Hail if we predict them to switch into that weather and just completely neutralize that momentum. So Ninetales is a big check for their team.
Yeah, I definitely agree. Did you want to talk about the speed creep?
Yeah, so Ninetales, actually, I don't remember what it's faster than. It's slightly faster than I think Zapdos,
Mm-hmm.
as well as one other that I cannot remember.
Ninetales.
Ninetales. So, if Zapdos comes in, it can hit Zapdos very powerfully with its Freeze Dry, of course, and it can also make sure that Ninetales doesn't get away. Their Ninetales doesn't get away with a Drought because it is faster, so it can set up something like Hail because we have that move. So it's a pretty good wall against their team.
Yeah, definitely agree. We do have to be careful with using Aurora Veil, like if we think they're going to switch into a Mon that switches the weather. But like you said, that's why we do have the Hail, which is great.
Yep.
So for our next Mon, we have Rotom Frost. So Rotom Frost here. So this thing is it's weird in this matchup. I think it's gonna be good, but it's weird. So we have heavy duty boots, which means we're not gonna take that 25% from Stealth Rock if they do bring rocks. We have Defog, which is it's going to be our other Mon that has removal besides that Rapid Spin Starmie that we talked about. We have Volt Switch, Will-O-Wisp, and Blizzard. Volt Switch is here to hit a lot of the Mons that Blizzard doesn't hit too hard, such as like Ninetales. It could Volt Switch on. It could Pelipper can definitely knock it out. But Blizzard hits like the Hippowdon. It hits the Venusaur, which is nice. And it's really here to really just be a pivot as well as a defogger, which is nice. The Will-O-Wisp is here to, of course, weaken stuff like the Beartic, even the Swampert, stuff like that. And the spread is mainly to what do we make this outspeed? I think it outspeeds non-sand Excadrill, if I'm not mistaken, and it may outspeed the Zapdos or Ninetales.
I think the Zapdos was the other one.
Yeah. Okay. But yeah, not much to talk about the Rotom Frost. I think the Rotom Frost was a good Mon to bring, mainly because there wasn't much else to bring that we had. I know we had like 5 Mons, and then we were like, what else should we bring? And I think we just settled on Rotom Frost.
Yeah, it's most of its job is just accomplishing as a pivot, and maybe as a safety defog. But other than that, it's not going to do too much. But it's another ice type, so it can check a couple of their rain Mons mostly.
Mm-hmm. All right, and the last Mon is going to be Cradily.
So Cradily in this matchup is actually very nice. Now, of course, it has Storm Drain, so if we predict them to hit us with something like Swampert Waterfall, Cradily can tank that very effectively and threaten with a Giga Drain or other type grass move. Um, are we running a grass move
Yeah,
on Cradily?
yeah.
Yes.
I think I'm sharing screens
Okay.
if you
Yeah,
want to look.
so we are of course running Giga Drain, which will threaten Swampert quite a bit. So Swampert definitely can't stay in on Cradily, because it is able to eat its waterfall and threaten with a Giga Drain of its own. It's our primary rock setter. Plus, we're bringing Recover and Toxic to stall out, say their Zapdos, for instance. So it serves as another wall to their team, and of course, with the momentum of our other mons, it will be pretty safe, I would say. I don't see Cradily going down anytime soon.
Yeah, I definitely agree to that. It's also our primary special defense wall, which walls all of their special defensive Pokemon, or special offensive Pokemon that could come, like Zapdos, Pelipper, Ninetales, Vanillux sometimes, because it is a
Venusaur
rocker.
also.
Yep, Venusaur as well. So it does wall a lot of those Pokemon. So yeah, we do have our defensive wall in Corviknight and our special defensive wall in Cradily, which both cover what we need them to do pretty well. We also have let's just go over everything real quick. The Mega Sableye, which is here to sort of sweep at the end, which is cool. And we have the Starmie to either kill the Swampert or weaken a lot of things, as well as maybe get rid of rocks. We have the Ninetales to be a nuisance to their weather team, as well as also maybe try to set up Aurora Veil, which is great. And we have the Rotom Frost to maybe get rid of hazards, as well as weaken a few things for the Mega Sableye with Will-O-Wisp and Blizzard and stuff like that later on. But yeah, that's going to be it. Do you have anything else to say about our team?
I think they should feel very threatened by our team.
I definitely agree to that. And with that, that's going to be our team builder for the Northeast Noiverns. I hope you guys enjoyed. If you did, make sure to leave a comment, like, you know how it is on YouTube. I'll see you guys next time. Peace.